First of all, I want you guys to hit up the comment section and let me know what some of your favorite Snoop Dogg albums are. Or if you're feeling incredibly ambitious, you can rank them all, even though he's put out so damn many. And second of all, I want you guys to let me know what you think about Kevin Durant going to the goddamn Warriors, man. Isn't that shit crazy? So I know this is a rap channel, but we also talk sports and wrestling and video games and other things from time to time, so hit me up in the comment section with all of this shit. What's up, everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're an indie artist looking for an album review and some promo, you can hit up Luke at redmattersite.com. And today we're going to talk about Snoop Dogg's 14th studio album called COOLAID. Now with his last album, Bush, I think he kind of split his fan base a little bit because that one was all about the funk, the grooviness. It had some really nice Pharrell production as well, and I actually liked that one quite a bit. It was one of my favorite projects the year that it came out. But with this one right here, Snoop Dogg is basically going back to his rapping shit. Although you are still going to get some different sounds, including Two or More, which keeps with that very funky theme, and also Side Piece, which is kind of just a soft and sultry, sexy ballad for the ladies. So Snoop does come through with a couple of different sounds here, but it's the rapping shit that I think people will be happy to hear from him. Like on the opening track, Legend, where he's just rapping very aggressively about his legend status. And then on the song Kool-Aid Man, he lets you know why he calls himself the Kool-Aid Man. And that's because of all the flavor that he brings into the game. And he also raps about how people bite so much these days, and so many rappers sound the same. So I really like how Snoop, after coming this far, is letting us know about how he feels about the game now. And he's also rapping about some of the things that he's gone through and has seen in the game, including on Gut Those, which is produced by Timbaland, who came through with his classic sound, where Snoop spits a bit about his come-up story and how he went from his mama's couch to the penthouse. So you aren't getting a whole lot of crazy, deep, inventive content here, but Snoop is basically letting you know throughout this album that he's come a long way, and you gotta respect him for that. But if you're hoping to hear some of that classic G-Funk style from Snoop, he's definitely got you, man. Including on the song Affiliated, which to me reminded me of Master P back when he was making that more West Coast influenced shit like the Ice Cream Man days. And this one was one of my favorite tracks, mostly because of the production. I mean, content-wise, it's just Snoop rapping about how he still bangs in the hood and hangs in the hood, and you got this awful verse from Trick Trick. But I like the overall sound here, and it does make good for some nice riding around music. But 10 Toes Down is one of my favorite tracks as far as the G-Funk sound goes, because it has that funky bass line, that summertime feel, and Snoop is also making use of this flow where he puts huh at the end of every bar, kind of like what Juvenile used to do in some of his songs. So you might argue that it's kind of lazy, and I guess I couldn't really debate that, but I thought it sounded kind of dope, and it makes it catchy for you to sing along with, especially when you're just getting used to the lyrics. Now there's also the song What If, featuring West Coast legend, Pimp legend, Sugar Free. And on this one, again, you're getting a funky summertime type of feel, some real G-Funk shit with a nice bass line, and Snoop and Sugar Free are asking a bunch of what ifs over this beat that is produced by Fingers. So these were some of the songs on here that I really liked, because I like hearing Snoop go back to that classic G-Funk shit. And for the most part, he doesn't stray too far from his overall sound and the content that you expect from him, including on Super Crips, which is just a Crip anthem produced by Just Blaze, who kind of switched his style up on this one. Usually when you see Just Blaze, you think of that sample-based, soulful type of shit, but this one is just hard as nails, man. It's just that gangsta music, and I think Just Blaze did a really great job on this beat because it has a lot of build-ups and breakdowns on it, and it works great for what Snoop's doing, as he's just rapping about being a super Crip. So that was one of the hardest songs on here by far. And since I just brought up Just Blaze, I also need to mention that he produced the outro track, Revolution, where he did come through with that sound that he's more known for, just that soulful type of shit, and you get some really great soulful vocals from October London. So there were some nice things happening on this track, but I was kind of disappointed because it wasn't as revolutionary as I was expecting. I was hoping Snoop would really drop some social commentary and go deep, but he pretty much is just telling a story about how he got caught up in some shit and shot up some pigs. At least that's kind of what I took from it. I mean, if I'm missing something, you guys can let me know, but it definitely didn't get too deep and interesting to me, so that was a bit disappointing, but I still really like that beat and the hook. But where this album really starts to lose me, as you can probably guess once you see that it's 20 tracks long, is with all the damn filler, and it's also kind of a jumbled album because the sounds just kind of bounce around all over the place. But a couple of my least favorite tracks on here include Light It Up, which has this production that sounds like you're going to get this epic beat drop, but then it just doesn't go anywhere. And oddly enough, there's a song called Let the Beat Drop, and it suffers from the same problem. Both of these just have very stale production. They involve Swizz Beatz, who doesn't bring much to the table at all. So these were two of my least favorite tracks, along with the song My Carz, which I kind of liked at first, because we get this sample from Gary Numan's song Carz, which I really enjoy. But at the end of the day, this sample just seems really forced and shoehorned in, and you're just getting Snoop rapping about his cars. So this was another one of my least favorites, and it just made me want to go back and listen to the original song by Gary Numan, because that is a certified classic. But at the end of the day, I think this album is just solid, man. I give it a 3 out of 5. Like I said, there's a lot of filler, and the sounds get kind of jumbled, and you're also going to get some of those typical mainstream songs, like the Weed Anthem Kush Ups with Wiz Khalifa, and Point Scene Money Gone with Jeremiah. And it's not to say that these tracks are all out bad. I guess you can kind of ride around with them. The production is nice on these tracks, and the production throughout this album stays pretty dope, other than some of those songs that I mentioned. But overall, I'm feeling a 3 out of 5, man. I almost went with a 3.5 here, but I just found myself having to skip through a lot of songs in order to get to the ones I like. So there are some great songs on here. When it's good, I think it's really good, but all that other shit going on here kind of takes away from the project. But that's just what I thought about it. You guys can hit me up in the comments section to let me know what you think, and make sure you do all that good YouTube and social media stuff, man, where you like my videos, you share them, you follow me on Twitter, you retweet the videos, and of course, man, you gotta subscribe to my channel. We're so close to 15K, at which point we'll do another FAQ and Q&A video. Those are always fun, so thank you for watching and supporting the channel, you guys. I will see you next time.